Oh, today we're going to talk about energy, and we have Sally, the bioenergetic specialist who has created our energy eye patches. I didn't think I would need one of these because I have so much energy, but boy, did I figure out that I was wrong on that. I'll tell you that story in a minute. Welcome, Sally. Tell us about the
Thank you.
energy eye patches and what all is, I mean, I know there's so much in these. What all have you put in?
Yeah. Well, in the energy patch, we've put the iHerqles, which is just wonderful to be in there and to be able to bathe your body in that. And also the natural grounding frequency. So it's going to bring your body to a state where the other frequencies that we've put in there are just going to be enhanced. So I've put the frequencies of acetyl L carnitine in there, which is going to help with your burning fat to energy in your system. I've also put frequencies that are going to help the Krebs cycle support. So it helps with your cellular energy and it works in the mitochondria. So that's something, our Krebs cycle in our molecules in our cells is really something that is important to have functioning properly. So that's why we put the frequencies. Is what the frequencies do is they naturally stimulate your body to do what it already knows how to do. So when we put everything has a frequency. So your heart has its own frequency when it's functioning properly and it's balanced. Your liver does. Well, also your cells do because your cells are like their own little cities. And so there's, a Krebs cycle, which is like the roadways in your cities and it's working. So we put that frequency in there that it's going to help to have your body to be able to utilize the energy that it's making. We also put some cell enzymes in there because we really want to work at a cellular level on the energy patches to give your system all the frequencies it needs so that you can have the proper energy. And then we also have some ginseng in there, the frequencies of ginseng, which is it helps with restorative energy. We have ginkgo biloba in there, the frequencies of that helps with brain energy. And you don't always think about your brain with energy, but our brain is it's at the top of our head for a reason because it's very important. It's the top of us, and we need to make sure it's working properly. So that's why I put those frequencies in there that are really going to help. And I also put some frequencies in there to help with adrenal support because a lot of people have adrenal issues, and it just helps them when you have adrenal fatigue. You're obviously fatigued, and so there's just a couple of frequencies in there that are going to help with adrenal support. So the energy patch is just going to help to enhance your system so that you're going to have your body's going to be able to produce the proper energy. So you're going to feel better, you're going to have more energy, and you're going to be able to get through your day, whatever it is that you're doing.
Awesome. So much going on with these patches. I've none of the patches that I've tried before were exciting to me. None of them really even did much. I put these on. I'll tell you what happened. This is the story about energy. Because I would never have ordered energy patches because I always have loads of energy. But we got up at 4 a.m. to drive for 12 hours to Tennessee, my son and I. And by 10 o'clock, we were both yawning and, trying to keep each other awake because we were just, not used to that. And I went, oh my gosh, I've got energy patches in my purse because I was going to a workshop and I was going to be giving energy patches to everybody. It was a 3-day workshop. So I put an energy patch on Josh and I put an energy patch on me. And within about 10 minutes, we both looked at each other and went, do you feel that? Because all of a sudden we were wide awake and alert and we were able to drive the rest of the way safely. I
That's
mean,
wonderful.
yeah. And we've got a testimonial from a truck driver who's saying this is a godsend to him because he has a hard time staying very awake and focused all those hours on the road. He said this just does it for him. But he takes it off at about 7 o'clock because
Yeah.
he doesn't want that energy to go to sleep. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, the energy one is a good one. I mean, some people don't have issues with it and can wear it, but we do recommend that you take it off at night because some people have trouble sleeping and just relaxing, and we don't want, we don't want all of these energetic things going on while you're sleeping. You don't want energy. You want to be able to relax and fall asleep.
Well, and I
So it
didn't,
is,
I'm one that didn't have any problem. I wore that energy patch all 3 days of the workshop and
yeah.
went right to sleep. But
Some
if
people do. I had the problem. I actually wore the energy patch once at a conference that I was at because I knew that I was going to be under a lot of fluorescent lights, and I knew that, conferences are long and they're tiring, and I put an energy patch on and I forgot about it. And I tossed and turns till 4 o'clock in the morning until I finally fell asleep. And it was like, oh, I've got to be up in a couple hours. And I know I've got this long conference the next day because I'd wore it one day and I did great.
so, but I
And
bet you got up with energy too, though.
I did get up with energy, and it wasn't until in the afternoon I remembered, oh, this is why I didn't get any sleep. But I still had energy to get through the day, but I took it off that next night and had a good night's sleep.
Well, and when you take it off, put it back in the package. This is like that kind of will turn it off, won't it? Or
Yeah.
it'll protect
What
it.
it does is it stops any electrical interference. So you don't want to put it by a cell phone or put it by an alarm clock or a microwave. So it just protects it. The patches are the top layer is a substrate that holds the frequency, and the bottom layer is a band-aid type material. So when you do take it off, you do take a few skin cells off too, so it may not stick back on, but you could just use some medical paper tape and put it back on
I
and it'll
tell
stick
women
just
just put
fine.
it inside their bra and it'll just
You
stick.
can do that too.
It'll stay
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I
That's a
love
real popular place. Women love to do it because it doesn't matter then if you have a shirt on that people can see through, even though they're, a
yeah.
natural skin color. It doesn't matter if you put a tank top on.
I want to tell people about it and show them. So this is what
Well,
I'm
that's
talking
good.
about. I know Joshua puts his on his back, and I said, you can't show anybody back there. So,
Yeah, some people put them on their shoulder. There's no right or wrong place. You just want it wherever clothes are not going to wear it off. And that's a good spot as long as it's on the upper left side.
so thank you. And we'll do a few more testimonials. People are loving the energy patch. I mean, how many people get up in the morning and think, oh my gosh, I've got so many things to do, and then they just drag around, when
Yeah.
if you have a lot, like you said, you went to a conference and you were going to be under fluorescent lights and it was going to be long and involved. If you have a day that you've got a zillion things that you need to get accomplished and you want more focus and energy, put on a put on an energy patch. We had a testimonial of a family, and the grandmother was in her final days, and they put an energy patch on her, and it kept her alert and focused and present with them. I mean, what a
Wow.
godsend. I mean,
That's a
these
blessing that
yeah,
they'll treasure that time.
yeah. So, I mean, I think everybody needs all of these because you never know when you're going to need more energy or stress reduction or whatever. So
Yeah.
thank you, Sally. We sure
Thank
appreciate
you.
these.